I'm Amy, and today we'll talk about 3 things you need to handle conflict. Conflict can be seen as a dirty word. It can often invoke feelings of anger, of hurt, of shame. These feelings are all natural. If you're human, there's likely conflict in some area of your life. Conflict can be internal. It can be based on a decision that you're trying to make, like where to go for a new job or trying to buy a new house. It can also be external, like dealing with differences of opinion. In any situation, there are several ways that you can handle yourself when you are faced with a conflict. Tip number 1, don't react. This may be easier said than done. The body often reacts to things that it doesn't like. We can often want to run away, or maybe freeze and not know what to say. Or maybe we just want to fight back. We often think about the worst case scenario. What's the worst that can happen here? And the mind immediately freezes up with that. So you're asking me, well, what if I hear this thing that I really think is wrong? Shouldn't I respond to it? Yes, of course. But before you do, let's think about taking a deep breath and maybe not responding, listening to what's happening in the body. Not reacting in this way doesn't mean that you have to give up your identity. It doesn't mean that you have to give up what you think is right. When you let go of the story and the things you disagree with and just breathe, you can come back to that story which is true. By breathing deeply, you can access the limbic system of the brain, the amygdala, the hippocampus, and the hypothalamus to allow the brain to regulate emotions. This will keep you from responding negatively or responding without really thinking about what the impact is. Tip number 2, active listening. Now you're probably thinking, well, why do I have to listen to this person I really don't agree with? Well, let's think back to your purpose. What's going on and what would you like it to be? What does the conflict feel like in your body? If the relationship is important or you want to feel better about the impact that you're having, sometimes listening can help get us there. By actively listening to another person, immediately there is a connection. So how can you actively listen to someone? Again, come back to a deep breath. By taking a deep breath, you can come into your place without giving up ownership of what you believe, without giving up your thoughts. You can open up the mind to hear what the other person is saying. You can also feel confident about the things that you believe in while still listening to the other person's perspective. Then you can begin to hear their story without reacting, without responding negatively, and without catastrophizing the story. You can even ask questions that are open-ended, like, how did we get here? Or what do you mean by that? Listening in this way also does not minimize your pain or your hurt, but allows you to be present in the midst of conflict. Listening also allows you to have empathy for the other person and to just be there with those feelings without condoning the behavior. If you've gotten this far, then maybe you're ready for the 3rd tip. Are you ready? I believe in you. Okay, tip number 3. Visualize the outcome without attachment. If you visualize the outcome that you want, you can set down a few things that you truly want from the situation. Maybe list them in a journal or write them down before you interact with the person that you disagree with. So how do you visualize something when you're in the midst of a really tough situation or a challenge? Guess what? Same tool as I've given you for the other 2 tips. What is it? Deep breath. Once you breathe deeply, stop reacting, and start listening, you can visualize and clarify those things that you really want to be the outcome. You can choose in any conflict whether it feels right to share your ideas with the other person. By listening actively to their point of view first, that other person might be more willing to hear your side of the story and might be willing to work with you on those things that you want to accomplish. If not, then be okay with it. Don't become attached to the results that you want. By not being attached to the results, you can become more open to new ideas and ways to resolve the current situation. And don't lose heart. Sometimes all the openness and sharing in the world will not get you the result that you truly want. In the end, resolving conflict is not about getting the exact result that you want. Sometimes it's about building a deeper connection with the other person. It's about building understanding and maybe opening the door to new ideas. Your success can be measured not by getting the perfect result, but by having deeper relationships with all those around you. Bonus tip, in case I didn't say it enough, a great tool for handling any conflict is taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. That's right. Taking a deep breath can immediately access the parasympathetic nervous system. Breathing deeply into the belly allows the mind to slow down so that you can visualize what you really want out of the situation, and so you can understand others better and connect more deeply. Thank you for joining me at Abunditude, and namaste. Hi friends, Amy here. If you liked this video, I have another one for you, and it's completely free. It's 6 minutes of breathwork and yin yoga to help reduce tension and improve flexibility. All you have to do is click on the link below and pinned in the comments. If you enter your email, then I will send you access to that video immediately. Thank you for joining us at Abunditude, and have a great rest of your day. Namaste.